Hello, friends. 819 days of war between Russia and Ukraine. Starting as before in the southern war zone, Kharkov front. Krinky Bridgehead is still with Ukrainian army, despite the claim by Russian authorities that it has cleared it from the Ukrainian troops second time. One of the telegram channel claims that in bid to clear this Krinky Bridgehead or capture, the Russians have lost so far more than 1,000 troops plus military equipment. On Zaporizhia front, Rabotin, Russian army advanced northern outskirts of this village. It is still not fully under the control of the Russians. As far as Remivki salient is concerned, no significant changes have taken place. Some sort of positional battle continuing. Coming to east on Marinka front, Russians advanced into Parasko from east as well as south and made gains almost 400 meters, while moving towards Kostya Nitinivka, they also advanced 200 meters. Pobeda, no changes, positional battle continuing. West of Marinka, that is Zorzivka, fight continues. On the western outskirts, no changes. Yes, Russians also advanced towards Krasnohorivka, that is north of Marinka, almost 200 meters. Ukrainians' counteroffensive here did not help them. In east on Avdiivka front, Russians advanced west of Netailov and north of towards northern direction of Yaznobrodovka. They made total gains of almost 200 meters while also made similar gains in Umansky direction. In northern outskirts of Avdiivka towards Novopokrovsky, positional battle and similar situation towards Novoalexandrovka, no changes. Now the Russian advance around Avdiivka has slowed down compared to previous few weeks because of reinforcements brought in by the Ukrainians. Bakhmut in the southern flank, Russians advanced in and around Klishivka and also in the center. They made gains. As far as Andriivka Kurdyumivka is concerned, no changes. Fight towards Chasiv Yar continues without any significant changes. North of Soledar Seversk region, as claimed earlier, Belgorovka too hasn't fully fallen. Heavy fight continues in and around it. Heavy fight is also continuing towards Verkhny Kaminsky direction. Russians made some gains on the outskirts. Russians also continuing offensive operations towards Vimka Ivano-Darivka direction from Vesely side. Russians have opened broader front in this region. They have also carried out offensive operations towards Rozdolivka, though no significant changes. In north, Serebryansky forestry, no changes. Towards Kreminsky direction, Russians advanced towards Belgorovka, and the so-called full control by the Russians again is incorrect here. Russians also gained near Dibrova and advanced towards Torsky direction. The total gains in this is 12 kilometers square as they claim. Beresto direction also they made gains almost 700 meters, and towards Stalmai Khivka from Kolomaichika direction about 200 meters. North of Kharkiv, that is Slobozansky direction, Russians advanced into Volchansky in center and in northern outskirts of Liptsy. As far as Volchansk is concerned, 40% is under Russians now, and Liptsy direction, there are no significant changes. Situation seems to have stabilized to little extent. Interdiction missions, Russians hit Ukrainian targets in Sumy, Kharkov, Kryvyi Rih and Odisha regions, while Russians also claim to have shot down 45 UAVs, 2 ATACMS and 8 Scalp EG cruise missiles 5 hammer-guided bombs, 4 HARMS missiles, and 8 HIMARS. That shows the extent of Ukrainians' counter-offensive as far as interdiction missions are concerned. Palestine Israel, Middle East, no changes except that Houthis have shot down another AQ-9 belonging to Americans. Information says from the Ukrainian side that they have lost 90% of thermal power plant. Also, Russians have started testing use of non-strategic nuclear weapons using Kinzhals with equipment of spatial warheads. And that's all. Thank you, guys.